You better get moving. I told Bill on the gates. He'll go with you in case you have any trouble.
Old Bennett ought to be shot for the way she spoke to Jude.
She'll get over it.
Well, I wish we didn't have to get her into it, though. In case anything goes wrong, old Vinegar would love to get her claws into her again.
Well, she's got a stronger forearm than anyone. Besides, keeping her busy is the best thing for her. It's about time we made a move.
Oh! Really? Hang on. That's good.
Bryant, Burns, we're going to see the governor.
What for? Just for hitting a lousy ball over a lousy fence?
No one knew anything about it. I set the whole thing up myself.
Well, if no one can explain about the money, then I have no choice but to confiscate it.
But it's mine.
You were paid the full entitlement when you were released, Gaffney. I can only assume you came by this money through illegitimate means.
I need it, Mrs. Davison. Have a heart.
Oh, don't worry. It will be put to good use, either the educational fund or recreation.
No, you can't.
That's enough, Gaffney. You're very lucky I'm not taking this matter further. But if ever you are found around the grounds of Wentworth again, I can assure you I will not be quite so understanding.
What about Bryant, Mrs. Davidson?
Well, if she is silly enough to take the full responsibility, then she will have to accept the punishment. No privileges for 2 days. That will be all. Thank you, Miss Bennett.
Come on.
Was it absolutely necessary to keep that money? Margot's got nothing. Boyfriend's lost his job. She can't get one. They can't keep their heads above water.
How do you know all this?
I visited her friend before Margot got out.
Sit down, please, Meg. You were studying to be a social worker for some years, weren't you?
Yes, I gave it up after I married Bill.
I had a talk with Mr. Andrews this morning. Both of us are aware we can only do so much. When the women are released, there are social workers, but they are also very much overworked. The point is, I feel we need a careers officer. Someone who can help the women decide what they want to do when they leave here, and also someone who can help to find suitable employment for them prior to their release. Would you be interested?
Yes.
Of course, the job would only pay about $10 more a week.
Well, that doesn't matter.
And your normal duties would take precedence. You must only be involved with the women who are serving sentences. However, if you should find by chance that you are involved with a woman who has already been released, then I would make an exception. But in future, you must only concentrate on the women who are inside.
B. Georgie's not coming back to classes. Well, have you thought any more about what I said?
No.
I thought you all looked after your own. Seems that I was wrong. You're treating her the same way as she was treated on the outside.
Well, she's not my responsibility.
Why not? You're Queen Bee. Aren't you the one they all go to when they're in trouble?
Well, she hasn't come to me.
Well, perhaps you should make the first move. Or are you afraid she's too much of a challenge?
Oh, Mr. Andrews, that sounds just like a dare.
Well, it could be.
Well, it just so happens I'm in the mood to take you up on it.
Thanks.
Well, I found out who went to the screws.
Who?
Georgie. She's the bloody lagger.
There are certain rules here, kid. The most important one is you never lag to the screws. But if anyone does, they never do it again.
I wasn't going to copper for something I'd never done.
I was just looking if Bennett caught me.
You got Judy into strife.
Oh, what?
That mean streak of yours has just earned you a thrashing.
I'm a bad Sue, didn't you know that? I saw what you said to Andrew.
What do you want about?
I could read lips, smart ass.
Go on, hit me! Go on! I dare you! I've been beaten more than anyone! You can't hurt me, no one can!
Ah, another guest coming in?
Mr. Fletcher's gone to meet the van, if you're interested in welcoming the new prisoner.
Pardon?
I thought being careers officer, you'd like to throw yourself into the job straight away.
Well, I'm glad you've taken such an interest. Who told you?
Mrs. Davidson sent a memo to all staff. I'm surprised you accepted such a thankless job, especially since you've got a husband, a home, and other duties. But I suppose if it means a promotion...
It isn't exactly a promotion.
Well, you'll be getting an increase in salary, won't you?
All set, darling? Hello, Vera.
Bob!
No, I finished up early. Did I hear someone mention an increase in salary?
$10, that's all. You know what, I'll tell you about it at home. Good night, Vera.
Well, then.
Stay on that line, please.
Times have changed. Very posh.
No talking. Jean Nancy Baxter, you've been sentenced to a period of 7 days imprisonment, having been found guilty of living off the earnings of prostitution. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Fletcher.
Oh, whatever you say. You know, you look familiar. Haven't been visiting my establishment by any chance?
Over there, please.
Here, no need to rip it off. So you probably know my kid. I think they said she was in Wentworth. Yeah, that's right. Georgina. Sweet little girl. Spit in your eye as soon as look at you. Like mother, like daughter. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Fletcher?
There's not a mark on her.
Come on. We should have had to say I'm sorry.
Really? And what do you say?
I just said it.
And?
And I'll never lag again.
And you really sound as though you mean it, too.
Now, just hang on a minute, Doreen. She's apologised, and that's good enough for me.
What about Jude and me? We're the ones who copped the raw deal because of her.
Well, what do you say, Jude? Good enough?
Yeah, sure.
Smith or one of the others will show you the ropes, though I'm sure you'll remember the basic rules.
Ah, hello, Georgie, love. Funny thing me turning up like this, isn't it?
Don't you shout now, remember?
You're looking well, sweetheart.
Ah, don't put a knack for them. He's a slut. I hope you got any.
Keep a civil tongue in your head, Baxter, or go to your cell.
You bet I will. Can't stand the stink in here. I hate the guts.
Well, she's just the same. Lovely way to greet your own mother, though, isn't it?
Well, one of the things the parole board wants to know is whether they have a job or any means of support when they get out. Now, that's one area I can help.
You mean there's more?
Of course. Thanks, darling. But don't worry. It'll all be done in my regular hours.
You always were a girl that did things half-heartedly, weren't you?
Darling, it's important. For once in my life, I'll be able to do something positive instead of just laying down the law.
Yeah, I know, which is why you'll be going in early, working back late, and generally running yourself into the ground.
I always give it up if it gets too much. I do have my priorities right, you know.
So do I. Which is why we're going to eat out tonight, right? So if you will slip into something a little less seductive, I'll make a booking.
Darling, do you mind if we make a brief stop on the way?
You don't know where we're going yet.
Well, it won't take long, I promise.
Yes, well, this wouldn't have anything to do with your new job, would it?
Well, I didn't get a chance to talk to Margot. I don't want her worrying, that's all. Just this once?
Once it is.
Georgie.
You want this in your face?
Keep moving, Baxter.
There is no way to speak to your mother, no matter what she's done to you. Now, shut up and eat.
Look at her sucking up to B and B letting her.
Friends better watch that girl. No idea what it was like trying to raise her. You know, having a retarded child like that.
She's not as dumb as she looks. Nobody asked you to join us?
What?
Like mother, like daughter may not be true, but I'm just not interested enough to find out, okay?